There are 8 luxury SUVs sitting on dealer lots right now that are being completely ignored. Not because they're bad, not because they're unreliable, but because the average car buyer is still sleeping on them, and the people who know better are quietly scooping them up for half of what they originally cost. I'm talking about SUVs with 22-inch wheels, quilted leather seats, panoramic roofs, and massaging front seats that you can pull up to a restaurant in and have the valet treat you like you spent 6 figures when you actually spent 30. After years of watching the luxury used car market, I've tracked exactly which vehicles are sitting on lots the longest and which ones give you the most prestige per dollar you will ever find. And SUV number 1 on this list, the one I'm saving for last, has a secret under the hood that almost nobody talks about. It is genuinely one of the most bulletproof machines ever assembled. Stay until the end. You need to hear it. Let's count down. Number 8, the Volvo XC90 from 2017 to 2020. Let me start with one that makes strangers assume you are an architect or a senior vice president at some company they have never heard of, because that is exactly the energy this thing gives off. The second-generation XC90 is one of the most striking SUVs ever made. Scandinavian design that genuinely looks like it belongs at $100,000. Long hood, floating roofline, Thor's hammer LED headlights. It turns heads in a way that most American luxury trucks simply do not. Here is the problem for the people selling them and the opportunity for you buying them. Volvo depreciation is savage. A 2018 XC90 T6. Inscription, which stickered brand new for around $67,000, is currently selling on used lots for between $22,000 and $27,000. That is more than $40,000 in depreciation on a 7-year-old vehicle that still looks like it rolled off the showroom floor yesterday. The T5 models with the 4-cylinder are fine, but if you want a bulletproof XC90, you are looking for the T6. The B6246 T4 supercharged and turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder sounds small, but it makes 316 horsepower, and it is connected to an 8-speed Icene automatic transmission, the same transmission supplier used by Bentley and Aston Martin. Icene makes transmissions for more luxury brands than people realize. That transmission is not going to let you down. What to check on inspection? The first thing you do is pull the service history. The T6 engine runs a supercharger and a turbocharger simultaneously, and it does not like being neglected. If the oil change intervals were stretched, walk away. If someone maintained it on time, you have a machine that will go 200,000 miles without drama. Also check the panoramic roof track. Some 2017 and 2018 models had a draining issue that caused water intrusion. Not catastrophic, but annoying. Make sure the glass slides cleanly on both sides. Budget $600 to $800 a year on maintenance. Volvo parts are more expensive than Honda parts, but the prestige per dollar on a clean T6 XC90 at $24,000 is unmatched. There is nothing else on the market that even comes close. Number 7. Acura MDX from 2017 to 2021. I need you to understand something about this SUV that most people don't. The Acura MDX is a Honda pilot wearing a tuxedo. The same engineers, the same platform, the same legendary Honda build quality, but with a more aggressive exterior, a genuinely premium interior, an available third row, and a price that has fallen off a cliff because buyers overlooked it in favor of the German competition that costs 3 times as much to maintain. Here is a number that should make you angry if you've ever bought a German luxury SUV. The average annual repair cost on a 2018 Acura MDX is $571. The average annual repair cost on a 2018 BMW X5 is $1,166. You are paying twice as much per year to fix a BMW X5, and the MDX is a more reliable vehicle by every metric that exists. RepairPal gives the MDX a 4 out of 5 reliability rating, the second highest in the mid-size luxury SUV segment. The 3.5-liter J35 V6 in these things is Honda's legendary engine architecture. It has been refined over decades. It uses timing chains, not a belt. It does not have turbochargers to fail. No dual-clutch gearbox to slip. Just a naturally aspirated V6 that produces 290 horsepower and will run to 250,000 miles on regular maintenance without breaking a sweat. I have personally seen these engines pass 200,000 miles looking like they had never been opened. A 2019 Acura MDX Sport Hybrid with the 3-motor super handling all-wheel drive system, one of the most sophisticated drivetrain setups ever put in an SUV, stickered for around $56,000 new. Today you can buy one for $26,000 to $31,000. That super handling all-wheel drive system, called SHAWD, is the same technology Acura put in their NSX supercar. You are getting supercar drivetrain tech for the price of a base Honda Accord. Check the transmission on non-hybrid models. From 2014 to 2016, some MDX models had ZF9 speed transmission hiccups, but 2017 and later models with the updated 9-speed are significantly smoother. The hybrid models do not have this issue at all. If you want to look like you spent $55,000 on an SUV while spending $28,000, and you want the repair bills to feel like a Toyota, the MDX is the move. Number 6. Cadillac Escalade, 2015 to 2019. This one needs no introduction for what it does on the street. You pull up in an Escalade and people notice. Full stop. It doesn't matter what's parked next to it. The Escalade commands attention the way no other American vehicle does, and in this generation, it has something under the hood that most buyers don't realize they're getting. The 6.2-liter L86 V8. That is the same engine family used in the Chevrolet Corvette. 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission that was jointly developed with Hydra-Matic for smooth, effortless shifts. General Motors has put millions of miles on this engine platform across Silverados, Tahoes, Suburbans, and Corvettes. It is not an experimental motor. It is a proven, over-engineered unit that will haul tons of luxury transportation for a very long time. The depreciation on 4th-generation Escalades is genuinely embarrassing. A 2018 Escalade Premium Luxury, which stickered for around $88,000 new, is now trading for $28,000 to $36,000. That is $50,000 worth of luxury vehicle you're collecting for free. The iSeeCars data on Escalade depreciation shows it consistently among the top vehicles for 5-year value loss in the luxury large SUV segment. That's bad news for the original buyer. It's incredible news for you. What to look for? The AIR suspension on 2015 to 2019 models is something you want to verify personally. Take the vehicle, park it overnight, come back in the morning. If it's sitting level, you're good. If one corner has dropped, budget $700 to $1,000 for a compressor or airbag. That's the one known maintenance item on these vehicles. The magnetic ride control shocks are also worth checking. Hit a few bumps at speed. If it doesn't absorb them smoothly, those shocks are running about $400 to $600 per corner to replace. Stick with trucks that have the extended warranty or certified pre-owned coverage if possible on this generation. But mechanically, the engine and transmission are as solid as anything on this list. The Escalade is what you buy when you want people to pull over and let you merge. Number 5. Infiniti QX80 from 2016 to 2023. Here is what makes this SUV genuinely fascinating to me. The Infiniti QX80 and the Nissan Armada share the same platform, the same body-on-frame bones, and the same engine. But the QX80 gives you hand-stitched leather, a 3-row interior that truly rivals a Cadillac, available 22-inch wheels, and a presence that makes strangers think you are someone important while selling for about $20,000 less than the original price. A 2019 QX80 Limited, which originally retailed for $91,595, is now selling for $21,000 to $25,000 at dealerships. That is a car that originally cost nearly $92,000, and 4 years after it rolled off the lot, it is sitting for $21,000. The depreciation on this vehicle is almost insulting to how capable it is. The 5.6-liter VK 56 VDV8 makes 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. It tows 8,500 pounds. Owners on forums have documented this engine running past 300,000 miles with no major mechanical work, just routine maintenance. I have seen an owner on a truck forum with a 2011 QX56, the predecessor, at 305,000 miles with the original engine and original transmission, nothing beyond normal wear items. This is a truly reliable powertrain. Now, the fuel economy will hurt you. 13 miles per gallon in the city and 19 on the highway on the older second-generation model. That is the trade-off you make for a naturally aspirated V8 in a full-size luxury SUV. But what you are not paying for is turbo repairs, dual clutch replacements, or complicated hybrid battery systems. The QX80 is old-school engineering wrapped in new-school luxury. Simple, big, reliable, impressive. Inspection checklist. Check the catalytic converters after 100,000 miles. That is a known wear item on these, and a P0420 code will come up. Budget $800 to $1,400 for a pair of cats at high mileage. Outside of that, you are looking at one of the most trouble-free, full-size luxury SUVs on the used market. Number 4. Lincoln Aviator from 2020 to 2022. Now we are getting into the vehicles that genuinely make people's heads turn, and then turn again when they find out the price. The Lincoln Aviator is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful 3-row SUVs ever designed by an American automaker. The proportions are perfect. The grille is bold without being aggressive. The interior, particularly on Reserve and Grand Touring trims, has 30-way adjustable front seats, real wood trim, a 14-speaker Revel Ultima sound system, and an ambient lighting system that makes driving at night feel like you are in a private aircraft. Lincoln priced the Aviator at $52,000 to $88,000 when new. The Grand Touring plug-in hybrid model at the top was a genuinely compelling piece of technology, and the market has punished Lincoln for it the same way it always does. A 2021 Aviator Grand Touring with 45,000 miles on it, which was $88,000 new, you can buy today for $38,000 to $44,000. That is $44,000 to $50,000 in depreciation absorbed by the original owner. You are walking in and collecting the profit. The twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 in the standard Aviator makes 400 horsepower. It is the same engine family that Ford has used across multiple platforms, well documented in the F-150 and various Lincoln applications, with generally solid long-term reliability once you keep up with the cooling system maintenance. The plug-in hybrid Grand Touring adds electric motors for 494 combined horsepower, which is more power than a Lamborghini Urus makes in its base configuration, and the electric-only range means shorter commutes may never burn a drop of gasoline. Pay attention to the adaptive suspension on inspection. Take it over rough pavement at 30 miles per hour and listen. Any clunking from the front end means the adaptive dampers are softening up, which runs $500 to $700 per corner to address. Otherwise, the Aviator is a genuinely underrated luxury machine that looks like it belongs in the $80,000 range because it was. Number 3. The Genesis GV80 from 2021 to 2023. 3 years ago, when someone saw a Genesis badge on an SUV, they assumed it was a cheap alternative to a real luxury brand. That perception is dying fast, but it has not died fast enough to stop this vehicle from depreciating at a rate that should embarrass every luxury brand in the segment. The GV80 looks like a $95,000 European SUV. I am not exaggerating. The clamshell hood, the Bulgari-inspired grille, the quad exhaust tips, and the interior with Napa leather and a 14.5-inch widescreen display. This is a vehicle that automotive journalists compared to Bentley's SUV on interior design quality. Kelley Blue Book named it the Best Buy Award winner for midsize luxury SUV multiple years running. And a 2021 GV80 3.5T, which stickered for around $71,000 new, is now selling for between $34,000 and $40,000 on used lots. IC Cars data shows the GV80 depreciates roughly 50% over 5 years. That means you are buying half a car for the price of half a car, but the car you are getting was a $70,000 vehicle when it was built. Every inch of it. The 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 produces 375 horsepower. Genesis covers it with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that transfers partially to subsequent owners within the warranty window. That is more confidence than Mercedes, BMW, or Audi will ever give you on a used vehicle. The 8-speed automatic transmission is smooth and responsive, co-developed with Hyundai, and shared across multiple platforms with a long track record. Here is the single most important reason this car appears on this list. If you drive up to a hotel in a 2022 Genesis GV80, the valet will not know what it is, but it looks expensive enough that they will treat it like it is. That is exactly the kind of energy you want from a luxury SUV at this price point. The complimentary maintenance plan covers your first 36,000 miles. The warranty covers 100,000 miles, and the depreciation covers your down payment by making someone else take the financial hit. If you have watched this far, and this is actually helping you, hit subscribe. I have got more content coming on the luxury used market that the dealerships absolutely do not want you to see. Number 2, Lincoln Navigator 2018 to 2022. I am going to tell you something about the 2018 redesigned Lincoln Navigator that still shocks people when they hear it. When this truck came out, it scored higher in head-to-head reviews against the Cadillac Escalade, the Mercedes-Benz GLS, and the Lexus LX in multiple automotive publications. Motor Trend called it one of the finest American vehicles in decades. It has 450 horsepower, a twin turbocharged 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 paired with a 10-speed automatic, the same transmission Ford built for the F-150 Raptor. It hauls 3 rows of passengers, has a panoramic roof that floods the interior with light, and on Black Label trims offers 30-way, power-adjustable front seats. 30 ways. That is not a typo. And yet, a 2018 Lincoln Navigator that's stickered for $76,000 to $95,000 is now trading for $22,000 to $29,000 on used lots. The IC Cars report on luxury SUV depreciation ranked the Navigator 22nd worst in the country for 5-year depreciation, losing an average of 54.7% of its original value. That is $53,000 in evaporated price on a vehicle that is genuinely excellent. The Navigator L, the extended wheelbase version, lost 55.5%, averaging $57,000 in 5-year depreciation. And here is the thing that separates the Navigator from the rest of this list. It is not just that it looks expensive, it is enormous. The Navigator is 204 inches long and over 75 inches wide. When you park it anywhere, it occupies space with an authority that smaller luxury SUVs simply cannot replicate. There is a reason every luxury car service company in the country runs these for VIP clients. They command presence the way no other American vehicle does. FixD reliability data gives the 2019 and 2020 Navigator a reliability score of 9 out of 10, among the highest in the full-size luxury SUV class. The twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 gets 18 miles per gallon combined, which for a 5,500-pound 3-row luxury truck is a genuine engineering achievement. On inspection, verify the adaptive suspension by parking on level ground and walking away for 30 minutes. Come back and confirm all 4 corners are even. The air suspension compressor is the one maintenance item to watch on higher mileage examples. Also confirm the panoramic roof opens and closes without hesitation, because the tracks can accumulate debris on trucks that have not had the roof serviced in years. Factor in $400 for a track cleaning and lubrication if it feels stiff. At $25,000 used, the Navigator is arguably the best dollar-for-presence vehicle in the entire American luxury market. There is nothing else you can buy at that price that commands a room the same way. Number 1. Lexus LX 570 from 2008 to 2021. I saved this one for last because it operates on a completely different level than every other vehicle on this list. And when I tell you what's underneath it, you'll understand why. The Lexus LX 570 is a Toyota Land Cruiser wearing a Lexus suit. Not metaphorically, literally. These two vehicles share the same body-on-frame platform, the same 5.7-liter 3UR FE V8 engine, the same KDSS hydraulic suspension system, the same kinetic dynamic suspension system, and the same legendary Toyota off-road engineering that has made the Land Cruiser the vehicle of choice for UN peacekeeping missions, Australian outback expeditions, and every overlanding community on Earth that actually needs to get somewhere. The 3UR FE V8 makes 383 horsepower and has been documented running to 400,000 miles in real-world use. Not in a lab, not in a press release, in the field, in developing nations where there are no dealerships, no specialized mechanics, and no sympathy for a vehicle that quits. This engine does not quit. Toyota built it to be repaired in the middle of nowhere with basic tools, and that philosophy carries into every LX 570 that rolls off the line in Tahara, Japan. It is chain-driven, no timing belt to replace. It is naturally aspirated, no turbos to fail. The 8-speed automatic transmission paired to it starting in the 2012 model year is one of the most refined units Toyota has ever produced. Now here's where the value story gets ridiculous. A 2018 Lexus LX 570 3-row stickered for $92,000 new. Today you are finding clean examples at auction and on dealer lots for $45,000 to $58,000. That sounds like a lot until you compare it to the only thing with the same mechanical underpinnings, a brand new 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser, which starts at $58,000. You can buy a 7-year-old Lexus LX 570 with massaging seats, a Mark Levinson premium audio system, heated and cooled rear seats, a rear seat entertainment system, and a 360-degree camera system in a package that looks and feels like 6 figures for the same price as a base Land Cruiser with cloth seats and a 4-cylinder engine. The exterior of the LX 570 is aggressively premium. 20-inch wheels, bold quad exhaust, a presence that is impossible to miss. People who see it know it costs a significant amount of money. People who know cars know the reliability story behind it. It is the only vehicle on this list that simultaneously makes you look wealthy, backs that appearance up with genuine engineering pedigree, and will run 250,000 miles if you want it to. Inspection checklist for a used LX 570. Pull the maintenance history first. These trucks deserve their premium oil, and they'll tell you if they didn't get it. Check the KDSS hydraulic suspension by driving over a speed bump at an angle. The body should remain composed and level. Verify all 4 air locker switches on the center console work. Check under the rear for any surface rust on the frame if you're in a salt belt state. And check the 3rd row seat latches. They're mechanical and straightforward, but worth confirming. Who should buy an LX 570? Anyone who wants the maximum combination of genuine luxury, genuine off-road capability, genuine mechanical reliability, and the kind of visual presence that communicates wealth without saying a word. Anyone who wants to drive a vehicle for the next 15 years and spend almost nothing on major repairs doing it. Who should skip it? Fuel economy is not this truck's concern. You're looking at 13 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway. If fuel costs are a serious factor for you, this isn't your vehicle. And if you're parking in tight urban garages daily, 194 inches of SUV with wide running boards will make your life complicated. But here is my final take. In a world of turbocharged, dual-clutch, air-suspended luxury SUVs that depreciate into oblivion and cost a fortune to maintain, the LX 570 is the answer to a question smart buyers have been asking for decades. Can I have everything? Yes, you can. And right now, on used lots across the country, a truck that should command $70,000 is sitting at $50,000 because the average buyer does not know the Land Cruiser story underneath it. So there they are. 8 luxury SUVs sitting on lots right now that the market has gotten completely wrong. From the Volvo XC90 that looks like it belongs in a magazine, to the Genesis GV80 that Bentley dealers probably hate, and all the way up to the Lexus LX 570, a Land Cruiser in a $92,000 suit that will still be running when everything else on this list needs a second engine. The original buyers of these vehicles absorbed tens of thousands of dollars in depreciation for you. Your job is simply to show up and collect. Next time a salesperson tries to push you into a 3-year-old German lease return with 50,000 miles and an unknown service history, you'll know what you're walking away from and you'll know exactly what you're walking toward. I've got a full video right here breaking down exactly which model years to avoid on 3 of these, the ones with the problem years that nobody tells you about. Watch it before you buy anything. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.